Hi everyone, Michelle Dunbar here from the Freedom Model. In my Freedom Model quick lesson today, I want to talk about feeling as if you need something. There's a lot of different definitions for addiction that get thrown around out there, and you know that we don't even like that terminology because addiction implies lack of control, a loss of control in your behavior. Addiction implies that there's something beyond your mind, beyond you, the physical realm or the mental realm, compelling you to keep using substances against your will or doing some activity against your will. And in the Freedom Model, we really show unequivocally all the research. We collect it all, and we show that there is no loss of control. That's Appendix A. There is no loss of control. Nobody does anything against their will. Now, with that said, a lot of times when we start meeting with somebody about, how they can solve what they're struggling with, how they can solve their addiction or their behavior issue that they're struggling with, we ask them the question, what do you still like about it? And sometimes people struggle with that. They might be even offended because in their mind they're thinking, how can I like anything about this? It's destroying my life. It's destroying my health. I've lost my job. I've lost my children. Do you think I want those things? Of course, we know that you don't want those things. And so let's set all these negative consequences aside. Set them aside. Clearly, there is something about this activity, there's something about this substance and the level at which you're using the substance and the way in which you're doing it that is keeping you going back to it in spite of all of this. So let's put it in a different way. Why do you feel like you need it? What do you think it's doing for you? And that's the key, okay? When I struggled with heavy drinking, when I struggled with heavy drug use and with some other things that I've struggled with, I felt like I needed them. Specifically alcohol for me. Felt like I needed alcohol. So if you strip everything else away, right? Everything else away, you pretend there's no negative consequences. You just look at this activity, the substance, for what it is and how it fits into your life. Because that's what happens with substance use, right? When we become heavy daily users, or maybe we're heavy binge users and we have specific circumstances under which we binge. And maybe there are other times we drink and we're fine. And then we have these specific circumstances that when we binge, we go way off the deep end. So if you don't like the word, what do I like about it? Then look at the word, the terminology, why do I feel like I need it? Do I feel like I need it to socialize? Because I did. I felt like I needed to be buzzed or drunk to socialize, believe it or not. I'm pretty outgoing now. But when I was younger, I felt like I needed it. Do I feel like I need it for my love life, for my sex life? Is there something that I'm attributing that to? Do I feel like I need it to relax, to let myself go? Do I feel like I need it to sleep? There's a lot of people that point to that. They're like, I need it to sleep. Those are the questions you ask yourself. Because once you start to hone in on that, what you feel like you need it for, maybe you don't just need the substance itself. Maybe you feel like you need the whole ritual of it. I laugh now because I used to be a heavy pot smoker. When I was young, it was one of the drugs I used very heavily for a period of years. And yeah, I mean, it was more than 30 years ago now, right? And now I look at people and they're vaping it, and there's a million different ways you can get it. There's a lot of edibles out there because as it's being legalized around the country. I even saw a friend of mine had like a mouth spray, a THC mouth spray. And for me, I'm like, it's not the same thing. I liked the ritual of packing a bowl or rolling a joint. I liked all that went into it. It was such a part of me. And so maybe that's why you feel like you need it, because it makes up a part of you. That doesn't mean that you can't change. Because there was probably a period of time when riding your bicycle was a part of you, like breathing. There was probably a time when playing with Barbie dolls was a part of you. We've gone through all these phases in life. This could be just another one of those phases that you can grow out of, that you can just change your preference. So the key is to figuring out, why do I feel like I need it? And that, once you get to that part, you can debunk all of those feelings of need. Don't really need it for these things. You can start to really think through things a bit. You can always give us a call here at 888-424-2626. We are absolutely happy to help. You can also download my book, The Freedom Model for Addictions or The Freedom Model for the Family, at thefreedommodel.org. Enter coupon code FREEDOM100 at checkout. And like I said, we're happy to help. Thank you.